Like I've been introduced, my name is Ryan. I'll just be giving you an update of what we're doing as NRM in the province, and I'll just run through our current projects and where we're working, and some of the interesting things that have come out the compliance side, how you can apply for funding and that type of thing. All right, so just a table of contents, just so I'll just give a brief introduction, how we appoint our service providers, successful proposals, so the current service providers we're using, herbicide assistance, which I know a lot of landowners in this room do apply for herbicide assistance, and basically our future projects. So, as Monet said, we're from Forestry, Fish and Environment, and our branch is Environmental Programs, and we are Natural Resources Management Programs in KZN. And under that banner we have many sub-programs, which is working for water, working for rivers, which is a lot of, it's mixed between alien clearing and litter cleanup in our big river systems, such as the Duzi and Umgeni systems. Payment for ecosystem services, or working for ecosystems, which is your land rehabilitation, so donga rehabilitation, bush encroachment work, and that type of thing. We have working for energy, which is one of our sub-programs where we convert biomass into charcoal or utilize it for other energy needs. Working for wetlands, I don't think Esmeralda's here, but it falls under the KZN province, and then working on fire as well. So just our mandate is, obviously, as all the previous speakers have alluded to, our main mandate is to manage alien invasive species. We do this through the appointment of service providers, and our main focus is on water-stressed catchments. And then basically we also, what I'll give is just an overview of the status of our current projects. So what we do to appoint service providers is we advertise on an open tender. So we put out a request for proposals in 3-year cycles, which we did last year, but that I'll get to that process. We've got numerous categories, like I've said to you. So it's working for water, which is your alien clearing, bush encroachment work, land rehabilitation, and all those type of categories. And basically the main objective is alien invasive plants, bush encroachment, sustainable forestry projects. That's also because we've merged with forestry now to ensure that plantations, whether it be on communal land or private land, are managed properly. Ecosystem monitoring, which is just having a look at what difference we are making to the ecosystem, and the wise use of natural resources, which is a bit of the working for energy component and the value-added industries component. Successful applicants, so if your project proposal is successful, you submit a plan, what you're going to be doing, how many hectares you'll clear, what your costs and all that will be associated with that. And then the budget allocation in KZN. So we currently, somebody in the beginning, one of the questions was 69% or 68% of KZN is covered with invasive alien species, and our current budget allocation is 136 million, but if you equate that to what we actually need, we're sitting in the region of about 2.2 billion rand that we need as the province to get on top of our alien invasives in the province. So you can see we've just got a drop in the ocean of what's actually needed. There's the biocontrol advocate at the back. All right, so our current successful service providers, you can see it's quite a mixed bag of whether it be a government, a state-owned enterprise, Mzinzi, non-profit organizations. We have some FPAs that are service providers, private companies. So basically, anybody can apply for funding, no matter if you're a municipality or if you're a private company, as long as your plan will talk to our priority areas. So basically, I just put in this picture just to show, so this is in like the Mpendle area, so on communal land. So we work a lot on communal land, we work on private land, we work on state-owned land. I think Charisse mentioned Ingonyama Trust, which is all the communal land. So we've got quite a good relationship with the Amakosi and all that in various areas to actually, especially in our water catchment areas where we need to deal with alien invasives. So this is just an example of the Mpendle area where we're clearing on communal land, and most of that's a mix between Lantana and Wattle in that area. So basically, Kay just wanted me to touch on how we used to do things and how we've changed. So from the initial contracts from 2018 to 20, we used to do a prepayment system. So if you were a successful service provider, you would get a 33% payment up front, and basically you'd have to deliver on that 33%. So if it was a 3 million budget, you'd get R1 million up front. You'd have to deliver on that R1 million, and then basically we would only give you more money once those deliverables had been met. In 2020, due to various audits and findings, we've had to change our system to a goods and services contract, which in a nutshell is basically you have to work before we'll pay you now. So we don't give you any money up front. You have to do 1 month's worth of work and then you can invoice us. So it goes to an order number system. So if I use the same example, you would have a R3 million order, but you would do part payments to that. So you'd have to do a month's clearing, and you can invoice us for, if it's R1 million, you'll invoice us for R1 million and we'll pay that. So in that, it does bring a few, when you do apply, you need to take your cash flow into account, and all that work will need to be done before we can actually pay you. And this was just to run away from the fact that we weren't getting delivery on some of the advanced money that we advanced to service providers. All right, so currently, obviously we came out last year with a tender to replace all these contracts that have come to an end. So at the moment, that process, I'll get into that on the next slide. But currently, our current service providers are these mentioned above. So we've got Ezemvelo, we've got DAPT, we've got Conservation Outcomes, Nzwakele, Natal Midlands, Malandisa Marshle, and Zululand. So you can actually see that they've dropped in numbers because of contracts coming to an end and that type of thing. So we are sitting in a situation where we used to employ 4,000 people, but we're only employing 1,000 people just due to various supply chain processes that we have to follow that take a lot of time. All right, so this is just a map showing our priority areas. The black dots are well, the reds are very high priority, so you can see it's all the important catchment areas. So your whole Drakensberg, southern, central and northern Drakensberg are very high priority for us. The Umgeni system, the Umkamar system, all the systems that we're very dependent on water. If you look at the Richards Bay area, so it's your upper catchment in those areas, and then obviously your Vryheid and all those Zululand, and then up north is also a priority. If you have a look at going up to the Mozambique border, that's a priority in terms of the biodiversity conservation, so your Isimangaliso wetland and wetland park and that type of thing. So this is just a snapshot of how we focus in on the catchment, and you can see, so our projects vary. It could be because of, we look at different priorities, what the priorities. So remember, our focus is on job creation and obviously environmental impact. So In some cases, you'll see we do work in a medium priority area, and that's in consultation with the municipality, if that's a big poverty node or that type of thing. But generally, our projects focus in the very high catchment areas. So, like I said, this is just an example of where we're working in the Umkomazi, which is the upper catchment, around Mpendle and all those areas. And Bulwer and that type of thing. I just used that as an example. All right, and then just moving on to the herbicide assistance. So herbicide assistance is where the department will supply you with herbicide to treat, the registered herbicide to treat various species that you might have on your property as a private landowner. So it can be a residential landowner, it can be a farm owner, it can be a community. So we basically assist by providing, because herbicide is one of the most costliest items when implementing an alien invasive plant program. So we supply that, and we do have dedicated working for water staff that can assist with management plans, and I think that's, Charisse is still here. We do try and work in conjunction with Charisse and all that to try and assist. So if a landowner is struggling to clear the area, or a private farmer we do try and assist with herbicide or with expertise. And so it's working hand in hand with compliance and their control plans. So that's how we work together with compliance, rather than, like Charisse says, we always try and meet in the middle and not just issue directives and that type of thing. So basically, what are we doing for the future? We issued a proposal. The bids closed in January 2021. Due to various supply chain delays and all that, the tender, it was decided last month that we are cancelling that tender. So I know it's been 15 months of hearing nothing from us, but the tender is officially cancelled now. We are looking, so it does give it, this has come at an opportune moment, talking to you guys. We will re-advertise, they said by the middle of July, end of July. And that's where the co-funding comes in for them. So whether you're a municipality, like I said, whether you're a municipality, whether you're a private landowner, whether you can apply for this tender. It does appear on our website, and I think Kay normally does circulate it on her invasives website as well. So, like Debbie said, there's no money at the moment. We've extended the current service providers that we do have. We've extended their contracts, even though they've come to an end. We've extended their contracts to March 2023. So all our funding is committed this financial year. So the new tenders would be from the 1st of April 2023. So that basically gives us the next couple of months to ensure that everything's in place, where we can start on the 1st of April 2023. And I think that's about it from me. I don't know if there's any questions. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Are there any questions with regards to what's happening, what's going down, who's doing what? Gentleman in front.
It's Wayne again from Environmental Assurance. So we get quite a lot of requests from clients for service providers that can actually help with eradication on site. Is there a list or a registry of people that we can approach to actually help clearing besides working for water itself? Because like you say, your budget's also tied up in other areas.
Do they want assistance to clear?
Yeah, so basically we've done the alien management plan, but we don't have the skills to actually implement it. So we need assistance in that regard. There's not too many out there.
No, there isn't at the moment. Yeah, that is. So, I mean, we can provide technical expertise from our side. So we have got, we've got project coordinators and all that in each area that can provide technical expertise. But yeah, that's about all I know of at the moment.
Thanks.
No specialists. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Warren, also in front, will you finish the break?
Thank you. Paddy from Southern KZN. Ryan, I just wanted to ask you, you've been training people for a good many years now. Do you keep a list of the staff you've trained so that organisations, NGOs, local municipalities, if they want to take on new projects, can get access to those people and say, right, we've got a job for you because we know you're already trained?
Paddy, we've got a list of about 100 contractors that, they've worked in our program, they've had all the training, so that list is available for, and obviously they're 300 contractors that are spread around the province. They're small contractors, so they've normally got a team of about 12 people that do our clearing work for us, but obviously our funding's not always for a full time period, full year or whatever, so they do odd jobs on the side and they are trained, so that list is available, yes.
And they can get it from your office?
Yes, yeah.
Great.
Ryan, George Victor from Hillcrest Conservancy. We do a bit of training local gardeners on a regular basis, every 6 weeks or so, and very, very successful in the area. It looks like there's a big demand, Natal-wise, to get into the townships and the areas where there are no jobs.
Yeah.
And to get, and at the grassroots level, train the guys and sort of get that database going a little bit better. And then also a lot of the practical stuff, where they can actually get trained, on-the-job training, and maybe a small amount of money just to help them with the taxi fare, just to get them self-worth, and then to promote the cause at the same time. Just a comment from our side.
Yeah, that's great, thank you.
Sorry, so from what conservancy was that to?
Hillcrest.
Hillcrest, right. Great.